I actually think this nigga might have the Google Glass. I don't know. I'm not sure what the Google glasses look like, but there's no way because they got no defense, no nothing. Niggas can hop over the gate anytime. And you be having these people that be exploring like haunted buildings and like abandoned buildings and stuff. So yo, who is the head leader of NASA? Who is that? Like the owner, big top dog of Nassau. That nigga know everything. Like that nigga. What's going on, my kings and queens, and welcome back to the video. Today we're a video called 5 Strangest Conspiracy Mysteries that are strange and eerie. You already know my nigga. I don't even know. No, this is top 5 unknowns. This is not Nuke Top 5. Nuke Top 5 be having the scary shit. That's the boy right there. But top 5 unknowns, you already know he be having like the unknown, strange mysteries type stuff, you know what I'm saying? But it says strange and eerie. So hopefully this video is very strange and very eerie, because the word eerie is a big word to be using, you know what I mean? If you're new to my channel, I got a bunch of top 5s just down below. All you do is scroll down the shits. If you new, all you do is scroll down, mix with a little bit of Ren. And no cap, I think the next video might be Pete and Bass, because I haven't heard Pete and Bass in a long time, and they songs be knocking. So I might have to do that on the next video. No cap, no cap, no cap. But make sure you give a like, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a video. So let's get it. All right, let's go. Pop the goddamn headphones on.
Nice.
Let's go.
These days, it seems that there's a new conspiracy theory that pops up almost every day, often because someone can't find an immediate and logical explanation for an event that's occurred. While some of these theories have been proven to be correct in the past,
I mean, that's where the reference conspiracy theory come from. That's like the definition of it.
There are some conspiracies that are so outlandish that it's hard to believe that some people buy into them. Number 5. With major breakthroughs being made in the field of artificial intelligence, one conspiracy theory...
Since AI was like officially released to like the world, bro, we only got like a small portion of AI right now. Like we only like experiencing like a small portion of AI. Like we ain't even experiencing the full potential of AI, because they probably got that shit like halfway. Like I don't know how you explain it, but we only got half of it, and they ain't giving us like the full AI. Like, hey, they trying to keep that shit like secret, but at least they gave us a small piece of it. And ever since they, came out with this AI type shit, or got more advanced in it, that shit has been the biggest boom in American history, well, in the world, actually, because AI is, you can do a lot of shit with AI, no cap. Like this, imagine, what's that app called? ChatGPT, some shit like that. Super advanced, like advanced probably more than a human brain. So dang, that they just got to make it more like, if they can put like that, incorporate that into like more shit, like I don't even know how to explain it, but ChatGPT, that AI shit is crazy.
That's been around for years has gotten a second wind, as many people theorize that the internet is essentially dead. According to followers of this conspiracy theory, the internet stopped existing in the form that we all know either in 2016 or 2017. Instead, all of the content that we see on the internet is actually being generated by bots.
See, that's what I'm saying. Before, it was no like AI type system, if that makes sense, because that is crazy. Like just imagine when people start getting like more advanced in this shit, like start using it more, and like, bro, that's not gonna be crazy. That's not gonna be crazy.
Since they can be programmed to influence internet users. This theory centers mostly around the idea that humans can be easily influenced by what they see and read on the internet, and thus bots can be programmed to influence us to buy more unnecessary products, follow a certain celebrity on social media.
Yep, just like say if you use like on Amazon.com and you shopping for like a blender. You looking at all type of blenders, comparing prices, doing all that, and then probably like once you get off that app, a couple hours later, you know what I'm saying, you on like Google, and no, you on like no, you on Instagram or Facebook, and then you will see that same ad to like reel you back in to buy that blender, if that makes sense. Like they promoting ads for that blender to reel you back in. Oh, you forgot to buy this. You need to go buy it. Like the industry is pretty much promoting that shit for you to go do that. Ooh. Yo, that's crazy.
Media, or even vote for a particular political party. It's further bolstered by a prediction that up to 99% of the internet would be generated by artificial intelligence by the year 2026. Since AI has improved by leaps and bounds in recent times, followers of this theory suggest—
Wait, what? I thought this was like a transition, not a transition, effect, like a video effect. But I actually think this nigga might have the Google Glass. I don't know. I'm not sure what the Google glasses look like, but the way the text and shit is like coming up on his glasses is almost like it's supposed to. Yo, that is look, just look at it. The text
by
coming up on his
artificial
glasses
intelligence by the year 20.
It just look like some real life type. Yo, imagine if you had those glasses right there. I wonder what the Google glasses look like. That's probably what Google glasses would look like if they had some way to engineer it. Because the way, I don't think this is real, because there's no way to put like something electronic inside the glasses, if that makes sense. Like, where would the battery go, if that makes sense? Or like the charging port, or like, you know what I'm saying? So this might be like a video effect.
2026. Since AI has improved by leaps and bounds in recent times, followers of this theory suggest that it'll become harder and harder for humans to differentiate between artificially generated content and content that was created by humans. It further suggested that this movement is being sped up by algorithms that identify human-made content. AI then creates similar content and adds influential content, after which the algorithm pushes the human-made content aside in favor of what was created by a bot.
That's some bull ass right there. You know, he basically said, say if you got a human-made content creator versus a AI that's making the same exact content, they would push the AI content more than the human-made content.
Many people think that this conspiracy theory came about due to the state of social media today. They feel that posts and trends have become so repetitive and predictable that they may as well have been created by a bot, and once enough people noticed, the theory was born. As artificial intelligence evolves even further and starts being used in other areas of our day-to-day lives, this theory will likely only grow, and in all likelihood, it'll spawn a new wave of conspiracy theories. Number 4. There are literally thousands of conspiracy theories that center around time travel, from old photographs showing people using modern technology, to people on social media claiming that they've traveled back in time to warn us of catastrophic events that'll come about in
People travel back in time.
the near future. One time travel theory—
Yo, the niggas that's claiming they went back in time probably taking hella drugs.
that's been growing in recent times is based on a book written by Preston Nichols. The book is entitled The Montauk Project: Experiments in Time, and it focuses on fictional events at Montauk Air Force Base in Long Island. In the book, experiments are carried out in the fields of teleportation, the creation of metahumans, telepathic communication with extraterrestrials.
Nah, ain't no way. That's cap. Ain't no way they doing that there, because that base would have looked at more like probably more armed than Area 51. The base would have been looking like Area 51. So I don't think it would have been looking like that. No way it would have been looking like that if they was doing all that. If they was doing all that, there is no way. There's no way because they got no defense, no nothing. Niggas can hop over the gate anytime, and you be having these people that be exploring like haunted buildings and like abandoned buildings and stuff. So this building looked like a prime example, like a abandoned type of building. So you need to keep people out of that from that's cap.
And, of course, time travel. As is to be expected, there are many skeptics that think this theory is not even worth thinking about. But there are some people who claim to have inside knowledge of these experiments. Joe Lafreno, an employee at Camp Hero State Park, claims that in 2018, he underwent.
Well, then again, you could hide. You could hide in plain sight too, though. Like you see a abandoned looking shit. You see, all right. So on the top is a abandoned looking building, but there's like a bunker, like passageway right here that leads underground into something way different, like a whole industry.
Hypnosis to retrieve memories from his past, and it revealed that he was present for some of the experiments at the Air Force Base in 1980. He traveled to the base while under hypnosis, and to his surprise, he stumbled across a building that he believes he was taken to so that he could be experimented on. He also believes that there are structures buried underground, a theory that's supported by a filmmaker called Christopher GHETTO. Christopher used the services of a geophysicist to investigate the site and found that there are indeed structures under the base that are not mentioned on any maps, leading him to believe that there's at least some.
See, look how abandoned that thing look. It's like you can have an abandoned building on the top, but have a secret passageway into like a whole different entire like agency type thing. I don't even know what to call it, but it's like, that's crazy.
Truth to the conspiracy theory. Locals from the surrounding area are skeptical about these claims, but they've mentioned that the SAGE radar towers that were set up during the Cold War used to cause interference with their electronic appliances, and many people also used to suffer from headaches while the towers were still operational. Some believe that the headaches were a symptom of the 425 MHz frequency that was emitted by the towers, and that this is the frequency used by government agencies when they're experimenting with human consciousness. Though there are many people.
You already know about that, bro. That is crazy, bro. They can use what you call like radio frequencies to disrupt a human mind to make them not like wake up, if that makes sense. Like stand in the reality and fear, if that makes sense.
People who have bought into this conspiracy theory, there's never been any concrete evidence found to support it. Number 3. If someone was to suggest to you that most of the birds you see in the sky aren't actually birds at all, you'd most likely think that they're joking or you've been grossly misinformed.
Yeah, that's a big conspiracy right there. That people claiming like the birds are like robots spying on people instead of being like regular birds. They just like robot birds.
But it's a real conspiracy theory, and quite unbelievably, it's attracted more than 1 million followers, all of whom think that birds are something different entirely. The theory states, although all birds used to be actual birds, they've been systematically replaced with drones that are used by the US government to spy not only on other countries, but on its own citizens. According to those who believe the theory, it all started back in 2001, specifically on the 26th of October, when the first beta versions of these mechanical birds were sent out into the world to begin their.
That's the reason. Dang, so they actually like did like some type of, they made these birds and did like probably did some type of documentary or something, and they actually probably like released them on video or something, and they probably they probably was flying real life like real birds. Like that's possible to do though. That's real possible to do. Dang, robotic birds, human made. made to spy on humans.
Surveillance campaigns. The theory gained so much traction that a rally was organized in Springfield, Missouri, with the aim of bringing these allegations into the spotlight.
That's a good display.
Since the group believes that members of the public are being fooled by what they see in the sky. To make matters worse, there have also been claims that this program was suggested during JFK's administration. But according to some conspiracy theorists, he was opposed to its implementation, and it may have been why he was executed. A less intrusive theory states that these robot birds are being used by scientists to monitor and track wildlife in a less invasive manner. It would not only enable them to monitor their migration paths remotely, but the robot birds could be fitted with tranquilizers that would make it easier for scientists to get close to animals that would normally be frightened by the presence of humans or vehicles carrying them.
Dang, bro, he make a point too. That shit crazy. These government, people, tell me, I already know people is still making these things. That's crazy. People is literally right now, probably in some secret like lab right now, making these robotic birds right this exact moment.
But the prevailing theory is
why stop that research? Why stop it?
The birds will be used by governments of the world for nefarious purposes, as is usually the case with conspiracy theories. This has caused a lot of people to become concerned about their right to.
And if that conspiracy theory didn't exist, I'm pretty sure it exists like around these days or around these years now. Like back, he said around 2001. So I'm pretty sure they doing even this. I'm trying to explain it, but like this, like if that theory did not exist, it's just a lot of people saying it that it exists. I'm pretty sure people are making the birds robotic just because the relevancy of it being a theory, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm making sense or not, but
privacy, since birds are everywhere and mostly go unnoticed, especially in large cities. It's a conspiracy theory that most people consider to be utterly absurd, but judging by the number of people who follow along with it, it may just gain even more traction in the years to come as technology advances at a rapid pace. Number 2. Over the past few years, a theory that our universe and our entire existence is nothing more than a computer simulation or a holographic projection has captured the imaginations of millions around the world. This has spawned a slew of glitch in the matrix theories, often backed up by photos or videos of seemingly inexplicable events, such as birds that seem frozen in the sky.
I heard about that, like people be recording like birds or like planes in the sky, and then the plane, like say if you recording a plane, you seeing it flying, but all of a sudden it just stops out of nowhere like this. The plane is literally stuck in midair, and you still recording, but the plane, you looking at the plane and it's still in one spot. Like, what the heck going on? A bird flapping its wings, like you see the bird flapping through the sky, but all of a sudden it just freeze like this. And you're like, what the heck? How the bird just freeze in midair? Did somebody just pause time? And no cap, the people, all right, so the videos I be seeing, people be recording like the plane, say if there's a plane in the air, they record a plane in the air, and all of a sudden the plane just stops out in midair, but everything else around them is still moving. Like the cloud's still moving, everything's still moving, but the plane, that gotta be some crazy editing. There gotta be some crazy editing.
That seem to phase through solid objects, and even clouds that don't behave the way they're supposed to. But there's another similar theory that's a little more specific, and it hinges on the idea that the moon isn't actually real. Instead,
yeah, that's another one too.
Instead, what we see in the sky is a hologram. But this is said to only be true when the moon is full.
Nah, they was saying, all right, so I ain't never heard the hologram. How the hell you gonna have a hologram? What's gonna holograph too? I mean, I don't know how to explain it, but I think a hologram, you need something like a projector or something to make that hologram come up. So I heard the moon is like a rope, like some type of like, how to explain, like some type of big ship. I don't know if I need to call it, not a ship, spaceship, but it's hollow in the inside, and it's like where everybody and everything is at. if that makes sense. So it's basically like a house and everything in the inside. Everybody is in the inside of it, and it's just a shell or some type of holographic. Wait, you could call it a hologram too, though, because if you got like a machine, something in the middle, like a machine, and then it can hologram to make it look like a moon. Dang.
When it's in its other phases, we can actually see the moon, but when it's full, we're actually looking at a hologram. This theory came about after people noticed a strange wave that seemed to travel across the moon's surface in 2014. This spawned theories that there's activity going on the moon that the public is not aware of, which is an entire conspiracy theory on its own. But believers in the fake moon theory posit that when the moon enters its wax phase, it becomes easier for amateur astronomers to inspect its surface more closely. This means that whatever activity is going on up there could then be exposed, and so the holographic image is projected over the real moon, making it seem like everything is as it should be. Some of those who believe this conspiracy theory believe that there's a secret military base that's been constructed on the moon, and that it's even possible that it's being used as a base by astronauts who travel to other planets. Others think that it may be a base of operations for extraterrestrial beings that either live on the moon or use it as a refueling station during interstellar travel. Furthermore, some people believe that there are megastructures on the dark side of the moon that were either created by humans or—
But how is there a dark side of the moon if the moon always rotates? Or is there a dark side? Is there one point on the moon that always stays dark? If not, then I don't believe that theory would be right, because the moon always rotates around the fucking Earth. So I'm pretty sure you get to see all sides of the moon. If not, I'm not sure. Unless they move in their base every time there's the light is coming. I don't know how to explain it, but imagine you have to chase. No, not chase. Imagine you like a vampire. You have to run from the sunlight. Imagine you have to do that with your base.
By extraterrestrials that regularly visit Earth for research purposes. But once again, there's no concrete proof to support this conspiracy theory. And yet there are many who insist that we haven't seen the full moon in many years. Stonehenge, which is located on Salisbury Plain in
Assassin's Creed Valhalla I just played. England,
has been the topic of many conspiracy theories for many years, mostly because of the weight of the stones used during its construction.
You have to line those stones. You have to line up, like on Assassin's Creed Valhalla, you have to line up the stones in perfect line sight, so you can actually meditate to it and absorb the energy that it gives you.
Many people believe that it would have been impossible for anyone alive during its creation to move such heavy objects, since they lacked the technology to do so. Not only are the stones incredibly heavy, with some weighing as much as 38 tons, but they were sourced from different areas as far as 150 miles away from the site. Some people think that they were transported to the—
So you ain't gonna say nothing about the trench that's surrounding, like circular trench around it? Who did that? That circular trench around the stones?
Plane through clever engineering and brute strength, and others believe that there's a paranormal aspect to its creation, namely extraterrestrials. This theory seems to have its origins in a book written in 1968 by Eric von Daniken, in which he theorizes that not only Stonehenge, but other megastructures like the Great Pyramids of Giza could not have been built by humans alone, and that they must have had a helping hand from visiting extraterrestrial beings, who used their advanced technology to move the stones into place. Daniken further proposed that these aliens may not only have been godlike in their abilities, but that God himself may in fact be an extraterrestrial being, since flying beings have been sighted throughout the world's history. Others point to the shape in which Stonehenge was built.
Extraterrestrial sightings all over the world, bro. It's been crazy. I wish there was. It should be some, bro. It's always be low quality cameras though. Why do everybody have low quality cameras and it's 2023?
And hypothesized that it was deliberately constructed to resemble a disc-shaped extraterrestrial craft, as a kind of tribute to the aliens that aided in its completion. This theory then gained a lot of followers after a photo was published online of an unidentified object hovering over the ancient site.
See, always the low quality, always, every time it's always a low quality camera. Like, what the fuck?
And it was suggested that these alien beings periodically visit the site. There have also been reports of strange lights in the sky, not only over Stonehenge, but at other ancient sites like the pyramids and the Nazca Lines, leading many to believe that extraterrestrials had a hand in shaping the history of our planet.
Yo, no cap, hey. Yo, NASA knows everything. They be probably, bro, NASA knows everything, bro. They know everything. If somebody, yo, I was about to say something, but I was about to say if somebody can just somehow, yo, who is the head leader of NASA? Who is that? Like the owner, big top dog of NASA. That nigga know everything. Like that nigga know if it's aliens here or not. Like that nigga know everything. Yo.
Either to help us advance technologically or for their own purposes. A different theory concerning these lights is that they're produced by geomagnetic pressure, and that these monuments were specifically constructed to make these lights possible. It's also been suggested that Stonehenge could be a stargate, which would make it possible for humans to travel to different dimensions and planets in our solar system. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this
Hey, no cap. Hey, you might have to meditate to one of the, bro, on Assassin's Creed. Some reason Assassin's Creed might be knowing something with the Stonehenge, because every Assassin's Creed you have to line up the Stonehenge with, I mean, you have to line it up with your eyesight or whatever, I don't know. You have to connect the shits, but when you meditate to it, you get energy from that. So maybe Assassin's Creed might know something about them. I don't know. But hey, yo, this is some well-known conspiracies, no cap. Like, I thought he was gonna hit me with some like unknown type shit, because he is top 5 unknown. So I thought he was gonna hit me with some unknown conspiracy shits. But yeah, this is very interesting. I like doing these top 5 shits. If you guys like these, make sure you guys hit the like button and comment below. And that is the end of the video.